Welcome
What
to
up?
episode 15.
Yeah, 1-5,
Thanks for
1-5.
joining in with us again. And I'm your, and I'm your host, Faith.
The lovely, the bad.
And this is
That's what
my
the B stand for. Bad.
baddie
Yeah, bougie. Bougie girl.
baddies. Fun fact, I've never watched the show yet. Not that that matters or anything, but I think the theme song is kind of catchy.
Because
So
you are a baddie.
thank
Faith.
you.
Yeah, shout out you. That's
And
our
y'all,
host.
don't mind my voice because allergies are pushing your girl down, trying to hold me down.
But she
But
ain't.
nah,
She's standing 10 toes. Shout out to Queen Faith, man. Then you got me,
yes,
Mike.
also debonair.
Uh-huh. That's me. I'm Mike, the host. Second host, if you will,
Yes.
of CarVett Convos. I'm liking it right here, man. This is episode 15.
Episode 15.
Still coming at y'all. Pretty consistent on Sunday
Yes,
drops.
we still here.
Ain't going
We
nowhere.
still getting to it.
Getting to it
You know
in a
how
real
it be.
in a real way. You know what I mean? In a real way.
In a real
You
way.
know,
Well,
the
of
realest.
course.
So we gotta start off always. How was your week?
It was great. It was great, guys. I just came back from the road trip.
Yeah. Talk about that. Talk about your week last
with the
weekend. Yeah.
ladies, with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrated one of our friends' birthday. It was her golden birthday. She turned 29
Yep. Shout
on
her
the
out.
29th.
Happy birthday,
And we went
Chantrice.
to Nashville. We took a road trip down. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I have never driven that far, on my own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
an accomplishment,
Check it off
you
the
know,
list.
as I wrap up my 20s soon. I just got to start checking things off the list,
Yep.
things that I want to do, but, you push to the back of your mind. So, it was nice. Weather was cool. There was a forecast of rain the whole weekend, but it only rained one of the days out of the 3 that we were there, like 2.5, I would say. So that was cool. Weather was pretty mild. I would say I brought some of it home because I came back when we was in like near
Yeah, it was
70.
pretty. Yeah,
So
it
that
was
was
nice.
cool. But yeah, I feel like all that just being outside and then I come home and yeah, these allergies is just like trying to damper, trying to rain on my parade, but I will not let it be at all. I talked to my mom last night before I went to bed. She was like, "Yeah, I think they ragweeds or something is high, like pollen." And I was just reading that. I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I didn't even know you had allergies." I said, "I used to didn't. They're new, like just the last 10, I would say 10, 12 years, I developed allergies, seasonal allergies." And I was talking to one of my coworkers. She was like, "Yeah, I get allergies in the fall." She's like, "I really feel bad for those who have both." I said, "I do too," because I was at work, eyes crusty and eyes itching, nose itching. I had to get something like 11 o'clock at night. I said, "I can't do this." I don't take medicine.
Yeah.
That's what my mom was saying. She was like, it's bad.
Yeah, when you
I
gotta
said,
take some medicine, you
I
going
said,
through it.
yeah. She was like, "God can work through the medicine too." I'm like,
Yeah,
"I know. I
sure
just
can.
don't care." And my other coworker said the same. He was like, "Yeah, I don't take medicine either, but those allergies," he said, "I had to wake up like 1 in the morning." And he got the what is it?
The nasal
Yeah,
spray.
the nasal.
Yeah, you need.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes it get that
Yeah.
bad to where if it's so congested, you need some
hmm
relief. That's the best thing you can
Shout
do.
out Mr. Slaughter. That's who I'm talking about
Yeah.
because you tune in
Shout
and
out
you
you.
said,
Shout out Mr. Slaughter
yeah, shout out
for
you,
helping out with
T
that.
Slaughter.
Yeah, shout out you, Mr. Slaughter, man.
Yeah,
Shout out you for
so
watching.
yeah, shout out for
First of
real.
all, because you're
Yeah.
consistently viewing, giving some inspiration as to
Yeah, some positive
positive
feedback.
feedback. Yeah, I like that. So
Yeah,
shout out you
cause
heavily, man.
mhm.
Shout out anybody that watches and gives good feedback. We genuinely appreciate it because we try to
Yes.
work on that for y'all, for the viewers.
Of
You
course,
know?
of course.
So yeah.
So yeah, and I was like, yeah, I don't either, but those allergies, y'all, people with allergies, y'all understand. Yeah,
Mm.
you can't fight that on your own. You need some intervention
A little something,
for
little healing.
real, for real. But yeah, enough about me. How about you?
My
How
week,
was your week?
my week was pretty good. It was a pretty. I would say to spin back with your trip, being able to chill with Milan just solo, experiencing the full dad life just without mom. It was pretty interesting. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Me and Milan had we had a pretty good time, pretty fun time. I would say
Mhm.
we went out to eat. We chilled in the house. Uh, we went to church with my nieces. Actually, she's been wanting to go to church with my nieces for a while. So my nieces and my sister actually came. Then she went to Sky Zone later on that
Mhm.
day. So yeah, I would say it was a pretty good week, man, from end to end. Also, me and Milan did clean up the house together yesterday, which was pretty
Yes.
fun.
Shout out
Uh,
y'all for that.
yeah, man, cause Milan, she's of that age now to where she likes to help and talk about helping, but then she'll try to like help on her terms a little bit, which is understandable. But it's like
Yeah.
I'll be like, Milan, you want to help me fold the clothes? She's like, all right, so real quick, let me just go in my room for a few minutes, then I'll come back out and help you fold the clothes. I said, all right, however long you need, but if you want to help me, you know where I'm at. But she really did go in her room for like a few. I don't know if she had like she was like watching a show or no, she had an orange. She had an orange. She had an orange. She wanted to knock out the little orange a little real quick. She went in her room, knocked out the orange, came back, and then helped me fold the clothes. And
She's
then
like, let me eat my
yeah,
snack
cause she
real
peeled. I ate my orange while folding the clothes, but
quick.
she was like, I want to go eat my orange in my
Yeah,
room,
while I watch
watch
my
my
show
show.
and
So I was like,
then
go ahead, do your thing. She did that, came out, helped me. We folded, she vacuumed. We were washing the dishes. She was rinsing them and drying
yeah.
them with me, or not drying them, but she rinsed them with me. So yeah, man, it was just a pretty productive week. I had off on Saturday from work. Got off early Friday. So yeah, it was a pretty good week.
Yeah, I
I
love
had no
that.
real complaints.
Yeah.
No real complaints, man. So
And
yeah.
you like attended the 10
The
year
10-year anniversary
anniversary.
for Ish was also
Yeah.
last week, which was a pretty dope thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, man, that should be dropping sometime soon. On our the Table Podcast channel. So those who watch
Yeah.
this,
Tune
go over
in.
to the
Tune
Table
in.
Podcast YouTube channel.
Go over to the
Blow
table
them likes up,
podcast.
blow them views up, man, because we're still active over there. We will be having the 10-year OSIS interview episode vlog dropping pretty soon. But yeah, pretty eventful
Love
week. I'm
that.
happy,
Love
man. I'm
that.
feeling good.
Feeling great
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you,
Sounds
Shorty.
sounds lovely. So yeah, sounds like it was good overall, great.
I
And
would say so.
yeah, we just hopping in, diving into our topic of the day.
Yeah.
And you know, it's our questions.
These are questions again.
It's our questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna give you the props that you always deserve. Because these are questions that you came up with,
Well,
that you found,
yeah, I did. I did indeed.
And just a small disclaimer, don't forget those viewer
Yeah,
topics.
keep them coming. We
Because
love
we
those.
actually like those
We
a
love to do
lot,
those. Those are fun.
Yeah,
Because we
those,
could come up with stuff, but we like to talk about
yeah.
stuff that people are watching
And
wants to hear us talk about.
you just wanna see it on the platform.
Yeah.
This is your
This
platform.
is not
This is
ours.
your
I like
platform.
that.
You like that?
This ain't ours. This is your platform.
This is
We're here
your
for y'all.
platform.
Yeah. This is your platform. I like that.
CarVett Convos. This is Convos. It's in there.
Yeah. We're just car
Convos,
and vet, but the convos is
conversations.
y'all. It's for
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Come
Okay.
on. Show me some. Show me some love. Show me some love, shorty. Come on now.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
take
like that.
advantage of y'all platform.
This is convos.
We
That's
here for
y'all part.
y'all.
Come on,
Here
man.
for
That was fire.
y'all. All right, so I guess I'll be the
Please
one.
do ladies first.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna pick number 5.
Number 5.
It says, "Do you remember your first date ever? Where did you go?" My first date ever.
Yeah.
I would say my first date
Ever.
ever.
Now we just, if I wasn't the first one ever, we got the
Yeah.
first one ever.
Yeah, the first one
All
ever.
right. Because I just want to be
Yeah,
a
the first
disclaimer.
one ever.
Ever. First one
You know what?
ever.
Since I asked the question, you answer it first.
First one ever. I ain't gonna lie. My first date ever was a movie. It was to the movies.
Okay.
To the movies.
To the movies.
Yes.
Do you remember what you saw?
It was a scary movie.
It was
To
a
be
scary
brutally
movie.
honest, I can't tell. I can't tell you what the movie is. I got it in the back of my head, but I don't think that's what the movie is.
I mean, if you got it,
It was
maybe.
like last 30 days or last 60 days or something like that, I think.
Okay.
If there was a movie out like that, I know it was like a virus or something. I don't really remember watching a movie for real, to be honest, but it was like, yeah, it was a movie.
So do this date count with like just us? We were just with the individual, or like could other people have been there too?
If other people has been there too, it's a date.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, it's
All
a
right,
date. A
it's a
date is a
date.
date.
Okay. A date is a date.
If you
Okay.
say, all right, we're going on a date, no matter who is there, it's a date. Because you got
Okay.
two things. If you're young, you're probably going to be there with other people anyway, kind of, depending
Yeah.
maybe.
Right. That's why I'm saying like
Yeah,
that count as a date,
that does.
right?
It counts.
Okay. Well, my first date, I would say, I think it was out to eat. Yeah. I want to say Buffalo Wild Wings. I love wings, y'all.
You do.
So
Your
I'm
baby do too.
always. Yeah, she do too.
She
That's
love chicken.
crazy.
She got that
She
honest.
just said yesterday she wanted a hamburger, and I was like, for real? She said, nah, chicken and fries.
Nah, pig, chicken and fried. You already know. But don't get us wrong. I got a disclaimer for our baby. Our baby eats.
Yeah, she do.
She'll eat. She eats variety of foods.
Like
But
if I
baby girl
really
do love
cook,
some
like
chicken.
she
She
love
gon'
greens.
yeah.
She love when I make some greens.
She love them greens now.
So if I cook, like we cook, she gonna eat it.
She gonna eat that,
But
she
like if
love
we
out to eat.
grabbing some food,
Chicken and fries.
chicken and fries.
She'll go a little Subway, not
She'll do
Subway.
a sub. She loves subs.
But she loves sub. That's from Bad, because
yeah,
I like
he
a
loved
good
him some
sub.
subs. But yeah,
So
I
your
would
first
say,
place was
yep,
out to
Buffalo
eat
Wild
Buffalo
Wings.
Wild Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember which Buffalo Wild Wings?
The one in Bayshore.
Okay.
Yeah, I never really went to the one in Mayfair a lot. I've been there like a handful of times, but I remember it was the one in Bayshore that I went to. R.I.P. to the one in Bayshore.
Actually, RIP to the movie theater too, because I went to Northtown.
Yeah.
That's been
We're
RIP.
in that age round where we used to talk about, remember when such and such?
Yeah, if you know, real Milwaukee people know about Northtown movies.
Y'all know about
Northtown
Capitol
Cinema.
Court?
I was so like when
My
people
mama
mention
talk
Capitol
about
Court,
them
it's
movies.
like, I'm sorry, y'all. I remember Midtown. Like, I'm sorry.
I remember. I feel like I
was
could have
there
been
probably.
there, and I seen the little yellow cups or something.
Look, I was probably very well
I know,
there.
not yellow cups, the one with the little stripes
Little
on it.
blue and purple little slat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was Capitol Court. Who
Could have
knows?
very
I
well
was
been.
young.
Yeah. So
Had to
I
be
can't
like
vividly
3,
say I
4,
remember
5,
it,
maybe.
but I know for a fact I know Midtown.
That was random.
Number 6, because I could have just went anywhere else, but I'm just go right under you.
Oh, okay.
What is the most romantic thing you've ever done for someone?
The most romantic thing I've ever done for someone?
Yes.
I would say, I would say probably romantic. Plan a trip for you.
Okay, what's funny about these relationship questions is for the majority of these, it's going to be about each other.
That first one wasn't though, because he didn't take me to no scary movie.
Okay, look,
I'm just letting y'all be.
Look,
We just being honest. I'm
I
just
know.
being honest, and I know. That's why I had to put that in there. But yeah, majority, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
man, because you as the men, y'all know this. We have to court. So yeah, but
mm-hmm.
long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
Six. You did take me on a trip. Where did we go? Where is that trip that you took me to?
Denver.
Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He wanted to double back to Denver,
Yeah,
so I feel like that was pretty romantic.
that was.
Denver trip, I planned it around our anniversary, our
Mm-hmm.
dating anniversary. So that was like our 12th year anniversary. Found the
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb, found a rental,
Yep.
and had like already activities in place. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of like developed the itinerary. And yeah, I feel like that was our first time being out too. So I want to, be a little grown.
Yeah,
Had the parents by, they watched Milan for the weekend. And yeah, I feel like that was pretty romantic.
I would say
Mhm.
so. I would say so. Um, yeah, the Denver trip, fire. Also because too, the reason I wanted to spin back Denver and the significance of Denver to me is the fact that that was the first trip place we went to on a trip together.
Yeah.
Like when we our very first time traveling outside of Milwaukee on a plane together was Denver. That was our very first place we ever flew
Yeah.
together. So
Denver.
I just thought going back there would be cool. I love the mountains. Denver is a dope place. We actually found some good food too in Denver. Some
Yes, we
really good
did. It
food.
was really
So
good.
yeah, that was a dope vibe, and that was pretty
Black
romantic.
owned place.
You know how we do it,
You
man. Black
know.
on,
Yeah.
very black on. But
But yeah, black owned.
come
Shout
on
out to
now,
Cuz,
you know it, you know it. But
bougie
something
girls.
I would say I've done very romantic. I would say this is again this is for you for sure,
You had to put
undoubtedly.
that disclaimer
Yeah, I had
in,
to let you
y'all.
know because yeah, this was for you. Something that I did, I would say I planned an entire birthday celebration for you, which if you know my wife, like I know my wife, she does not play about her birthday. Disclaimer. This is an inside thing between us.
Yeah, it's between us for
But
sure.
she knows, as well as I know,
I had to
that
fix the
she
hat on that
values
one.
her birthday a lot.
Of course, ladies.
So
Where my ladies at?
come on
Like,
now,
please.
y'all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. She values that, and as her husband, as her man,
Mhm. He did. He did so good, y'all. It
yeah,
was like the birthday after I had Milan,
yeah.
and I was not feeling it at all. And it wasn't even on nothing. It was just like it was that time of the month, y'all. And I was just like, and I remember my makeup artist, and I was telling her like, I really don't feel like it, but she was in on it too. She was like, "Girl,
Come on now.
get your makeup done. Get cute." I'm like, "But you know how I feel." She said, "That don't matter." She said, "You're gonna get cute." I'm like, "Okay." And then we showed up to the restaurant, and like it was
All her
all my
people,
peoples there. I was like,
all her people,
"Oh, that's
all her people, man.
so cute."
So it's like
Yeah.
I knew you really enjoyed your birthday. So
I
planning your
did.
birthday experience, that was something I feel like I can always hold, as a
Yes.
special moment for you. Um, I believe we went out
Yeah, we did.
later, so it was a
Yep.
full spread of
Yeah, we
things. It was
ended up
like,
going out.
uh,
We
yeah,
had got dinner, and then like a few people came out
hmm
afterwards. And yeah, it was a good time.
hmm
Great time for sure. So that was very romantic.
yeah, man. So
Oh,
you know, and you're big on just showing love and appreciation. So I felt like in that moment, that was just like a very big romantic thing. Like you said, you wasn't really feeling it, but it's like when you
yeah, I didn't know
know,
he had any of that planned.
yeah,
So
when you know your woman and you know at the end of the day she still deserves and loves certain things, you got to make it happen, man. That's what I
yeah.
did.
So cute. So for me, I just been like whatever my eyes land on for the first question, that's how I pick it. So I'm at number one. And it says, "Do you believe in love at first sight? Why or why not?" I'll let you
All
sense.
right. So, love at first sight, right? The story that I can tell about how we started dating, I would say, in my mind, it could be a love at first sight. I believe it could be true. I feel like love, or I feel like it could be true, right? I feel like it could be true. I feel like you can know just based off, in a weird way, not a look, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you can, but then yeah, you can, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can, cause I feel like when you see a person and something about that person, regardless of you never meeting this person before, if you can lock in with that person, like seeing them, and for me, when I saw Faith for the first time, the room like slowed down. It like, and I'm not even over exaggerating this or nothing. Like I said, I could tell this story over and over. It slowed down for me. Like I saw her standing in line. While I was standing in line, she was standing by like the pop by the little lunch area where you get like your silverware and stuff. She had a Pop Tart and was standing with her friend at the time, and we were in high school. And I'm in this line, and I see her. I'm like, man, who is that? And all the guys, like all the guys that were around me, they catching me watching. They're like, oh man, that's Faith. They're like, she don't really talk to niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I tried it, but she like not going. I'm like, she just not going. That's what all every guy that was standing around me at the time when I was just like locked in on her, they all said that. They was like, yeah, bro, she ain't going. She looked good, but she ain't going. And I remember I'm just watching her. I'm like, dang, she had the little cut,
I
the
had
hair,
bangs.
bangs, yeah,
The
look.
Nicki
The
Minaj
Nicki
bang
Minaj bang. That's why
with
I said
my
the cut,
hair. My
long,
mama let
all
me cut my
natural.
hair. I was surprised
All
she let me
natural.
cut my hair.
So I'm walking past and I'm just like, I don't know her. I'm just like, I don't know. And I've seen a lot of, girls at that point. Girls look nice and pretty or whatever. But it was just something about her. I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But it was just something about her. And we ended up having class uh sophomore year. And like she said before, I don't know if she said this. I think she said this on one of our episodes, but I jokingly said, "You gonna be my baby mama." I rubbed her
Hmm.
stomach.
In
She wasn't my
theology
girlfriend or
class.
nothing at the time. I just was like, "Yeah, you gonna be my baby mama,"
Yeah.
jokingly at the time. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
He
I
was
wasn't really
flirting with
joking,
me a little
you
bit,
know. But it was because
y'all.
we didn't have our kid until obviously way
Yeah.
down the line. No, no hiccups, none of that.
Probably like 10 years later.
Literally, so a long time down the line, we finally had our baby girl. But yeah, I would say I wanted you from the first time I saw you. So I can say love at first sight is real, and I've been here ever since, 13 years later.
Yeah, you were flabbergasted. And I did not see him at all.
Man, I saw you.
Because we did not have no classes together. So I used to just be in my own
Yeah,
world.
that was freshman year
I
when I
didn't know
saw you.
that was my reputation, that I wasn't going. But I guess that was good. I really wasn't. I'm like, y'all talking and saying that to everybody. Get out my face. But him, I and you know what I will say, I do believe in love at first sight because this couple I follow on Instagram, I can't even think of their name, but I'll insert it. Well, you do
Did you
right.
mention him before to me?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
And she talks about, and this is from a woman's perspective. She talks about the first time she saw her now husband. She said she saw him, she was with her friend. She was like, essentially how you saw me. She like, who is that? And she was like, that's gonna be my husband. And like that was her perspective, and she's a woman. And they're married, they have two beautiful children. They're like in the process of building their home together. They're like they have their own fraternity, sorority that they're a part of. Like this was within college. They like met one another. But yeah. So and they're still married, thriving. I pray they always thrive, have many beautiful years together. But yes, I do think there is a love at first sight. I believe it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Sometimes you know when you know when you know.
Yeah, you know when you know, and it ain't slow.
I don't know how you know, but you know.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
All right, let's see. What's so
Yeah. Was it
how
the?
soon
Oh no, go ahead.
oh what you was finna
I was
say?
gonna say, like, did your eyes land on the question, or you like just picked this
You
one?
know what you were finna say, but yeah, it did. I skipped over that.
That's what I was
I skipped over
gonna
that.
say. Oh, you skipped over what?
That one.
No, what you skipping over?
I skipped over that one. I went to
No.
8 and 9, and then I'm gonna go 9. How how soon is too soon to tell someone you love them?
How soon is too
Yeah, how soon is
soon?
too soon? Is there a too soon? Cause let's real quick. The reason I asked this question and why I'm so interested in your response is because I feel like if you can, no, yeah, what's too soon? Is there a too soon? I'll leave it there.
Oh, okay. We was
Yeah,
about to go into
yeah.
it.
Is how soon is
Um,
too soon to tell someone you love them?
Too soon is like when you first get with them.
Okay.
I don't know. And I will say that like when you first get with them, I guess it depends on how long y'all were talking and then your interpretation of getting with them. Like you could think that you are with them and y'all just talking like y'all could be exclusively, getting to know one another, but they may be getting to know somebody else too before they move on to a commitment piece. Like, okay, like, you know what, I am very interested in just you. I want to take this to the next level. I want to ask you to be mine and I want to be yours. So, but I feel like if it's real like early, like, it's the butterflies and it's the like they just make me blush at every little thing and they just saying everything right. Okay, they could be saying everything right just to get you right where they want you or something. I feel like you love a person when, I don't know, it's different for everybody. And you'll know when you love a person,
Yeah,
honestly.
I think how soon is too soon to tell somebody you love them? I feel like it's too soon when you haven't been in an uncomfortable situation yet.
I like that.
That's what I think is too soon to tell someone you love them.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
feel like it's easy to have these feelings or a good feeling about somebody when they're doing everything you want and when it's right for you and in your mind. I think the test for everything is going to always come when do you feel the same way about me now that I did something you didn't like?
Yes.
Like,
I definitely agree.
will your whole demeanor change? Will you start treating me differently if I did a couple things you didn't like? So I feel
Yes.
like you have to really wait until you were not tested in a sense, but you have to go through moments of like, okay, can this person really, you know, see me through my imperfections, if you will? Like, can this person love me and not be judgmental to me? Because again, I'm not perfect. I know you're not perfect. And, for me to express my love for you, I know that you're not perfect and I care for you. But for me to be comfortable in telling you I love you, I have to first see that you're comfortable and that you can accept me for me. That's what I think. I think it's too soon to show that if that person doesn't even make you feel comfortable, that
Mhm.
they can reciprocate that same love that you have.
Yeah.
That's when it's too soon, when you don't even feel that from that other person.
I can
So
see that. I
that's what I
definitely
would
agree
say.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because or those tough times where you could be vulnerable with that person and
Mm-hmm.
they can really support you and
Mm-hmm.
really like hold you up
Yep.
during those tough times. And it's like, okay, like, you know what? I really love this person.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's what I say. That's honestly what I say. We can go. Let's go one more, and
one
then we
more.
round it out, Mama.
All right. Okay.
Some really good topics though.
Okay. Do soulmates really exist? What do you think and why? I don't know. I feel like we asked a question like this in one of our
I
previous
think we did.
episodes. Okay, I'm gonna go on to another one. What are some of your biggest challenges in a relationship?
Some of my biggest challenges in our relationship.
Yeah, we can word
I
it
would
like
say
that
some
in
of
our
my biggest
relationship.
challenges in
Cause he ain't
our
in a relationship with
relationship.
nobody else.
I would say she ain't either. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Had
Yeah,
to
bounce
match
back on
energy.
that.
Match energy.
Yeah.
Real tough.
Zoom in on that
Yeah,
part.
match energy. Real tough. Um, but I would say a challenge that I have within our relationship is my confidence at times can waver.
Okay.
Just my confidence within my roles, being a husband, being a dad, being a son, being a brother. I feel like for our just marriage though, just making sure I'm the best husband for you, and that confidence in that, it kind of goes up and down at times instead of just being super confident in my husband abilities and who I am as a husband. It can kind of it fluctuates. I ultimately know who I am and that I'm a great person, but at times I just feel like I can be a better husband, and it sucks for me personally when I feel like I hit those moments where I'm just not where I want to be in my husband role or title. So I would just say the all around confidence is what my hardest challenge is, and just also making sure I can respect your feelings and your views more on everything. I would say just knowing that um your voice, it always matters, but to really take the time out, not just react on what you're saying, but really listen to what you're saying and just take it for that versus just always reacting. So I would say just confidence in my husband abilities and learning to listen more effectively to you versus listening to respond to what you're saying.
Oh, that was very deep.
I'm a deep guy.
You
You
are.
know how
He's
deep I
very
can get.
deep. Yeah. It's a lot in his mind.
Yeah,
A whole lot.
I can get real deep, Faith.
I would say my biggest challenge in our relationship is being more reflective on how it is. No, you didn't just bring this whole jug of water out.
I've done this. This is the second time. The fact you just now catching it is crazy.
No, for real. I'm
I
literally
did it
just
twice.
noticing this. Like, I'm
It's
trying
the
to be
second
serious.
time. I'm sorry. You can still be serious.
I'm thirsty. Refreshing.
I was thirsty. Hey,
Okay.
the cups
Okay,
is for
y'all.
advertisement
Okay.
right now, y'all. Ain't nothing in the cups. So
You could have used the cup
I
though. You
could
could have used
have,
the cup.
but
Okay.
I just wanted to look good.
Okay, y'all. So my biggest challenge in our relationship, I would say, is being reflective. Just really looking at my actions and how important they are in our relationship. Just not worrying about myself and how I feel, but worrying about my husband and how he feels because his feelings matter as well. Not just being cliche and saying that, but really truly honing in and believing that. Knowing that he does love my presence. He wants to be included in like what it is that I'm interested in, and just being more vocal on that, because y'all gotta really understand, like, I know we talk about it, but it is being together with a person from youth and just being with them
Yeah,
through all the changes, the up and downs, and the different mindsets, and viewing, having different viewpoints, and having that mature into something else. It's a lot.
yeah,
So then just not, just really accepting growth, and really also holding myself accountable to grow, not trying to be just so stagnant and stuck on like, oh well, like just not harboring problems. I thought about what you
I gotta find
said.
it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find it and put it in
Just
here.
not holding on to problems and just letting them go. Like, yeah, girl, he may have felt like that a year ago, but you gotta give him grace and just really giving you grace to be who you are and accepting who you are and loving you for who you are and not just nitpicking every little thing and also being more vocal too
For
because I
sure.
can shut down. And I'm trying not to be a person that shuts down, but you're my person, so being open no matter how that looks. And
For sure.
yeah, that's definitely a challenge. Just yeah, looking in the mirror and being like, "Girl, you was wrong. Go apologize." Or go touch on him no matter how you feel like he annoyed you, but go rub his back, and just so he feels your love instead of just saying it but expressing it in a way that he wants it expressed, not a way that I want to express it but how he wants it. So looking at how you want it and then just being like, okay, I'm going to give it to you how you want it, show it how you want it, not just how I want to be like, oh, it should be good enough. No, it's not,
Yeah.
because it's not how he wants it. So yeah.
Shout out you, Queen. I see the growth. We see the growth. We just gotta keep growing together.
Yeah, together
That's the point.
from 15, 16 to
29, 28.
yeah.
About to be
So
29 and 30 in a
yeah.
couple months for the both of us. So we
Yeah.
just gotta keep growing in love, keep growing in trust, keep growing in positivity, understanding that
Keep
no
God
one's
first,
perfect. God
y'all.
is number one in all. Lock into
Yes.
that, because when you tap out of it, things happen, man. Relationships and situations start to occur, and you can get lost in a way. But the beauty in God is He never changes, so He's always there. You can
Mhm.
always go back to Him. But make sure you keep your relationship strong, man. Just stay locked in, because we're gonna do that. We're gonna stay
Yeah.
locked in.
Locked
We're gonna
in for
stay
life.
locked in tight.
For lifers.
4L. This was CarVett Convos. Another
Yes.
wonderful episode.
Episode
Like, comment,
15.
subscribe on this joint if y'all haven't already.
Yes.
Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are dropping on Sundays right here
Every
on
Sunday.
YouTube at the Adams Fam. This was
Yes.
CarVett Convos. Homie Mike, the
And I'm
beautiful,
Faith.
lovely, thick, wonderful, soft.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
me right there.
Yeah,
Faith.
I'm all his.
Faith. And I'm
We
all
locked in
hers.
forever.
You know what it is.
Forever,
You know what it is. All right. We out.
And we out.